Hi, my friends. How are you? Um, let's see. Oh, this is Rita from Miss Rita to the rescue. And I'm here for today's cricket chat. And we're going to be doing, guess what? A new banner. I love banners, you guys. I love, love, love them. I know I did a bunch last week for the Make It Forward project, but I just needed to make these for my front door because I already took my Happy Fourth of July one down, and need to make a new one. So I hope you all survived all the storms that were sweeping through. Oh gosh, the whole nation this last 24 hours, and I hope you have. Uh, you didn't lose power or anything like that. And just a reminder that it's getting on hurricane season, so it's a good idea to get a jump on that, depending on where you are. Um, Anybody on the East Coast like me has to get a jump on that. Anyway, so today we're going to do the back to school banner that I created. I wanted to let you know if you downloaded this file before yesterday or the day before yesterday, I think. If you download it at the beginning of the week, go back and grab it again because the apple that I used in the original design was not a Cricut Access image. Okay, and I will put this on my community profile, and then also put the correct link onto the description. Okay. So anyway, back to school apple banner. You can find, as I mentioned, in community. If you don't know what community is yet, you really need to take a look because it's really a lot of fun. You can find your community, or you can find your profile in the community by going up here on in your design space to that triple slash. It's called a hamburger icon. So click on that and you'll see your pretty face or whatever image you put in there. And then you can choose view profile like this, just like this. And this is going to bring me to my profile in the community, and at that point you can make edits or changes and anything you want to your profile. If you decide you don't want to be part of the community, that's fine. You don't need to have a public profile. This is for people who want to engage with other people, and myself included. And there's like here right now, so you can see I have 662 followers. Come on, guys, let's get that to 1,000. And then here is my picture, and I could edit my profile, which I put in a little about section, and then also I edited my image up here, just clicking on that and choosing to replace the image. There are some backgrounds already, but you can also upload your own image just by hitting upload image. It will cut it off. So this image was one that I took, I don't even know from where, but here are all my photos, and there's hordes of them. So, I was trying to fit one that would fit up in my profile. And you're probably just like me and have a ton of photos. So, anyway, that's what we do. That's how we do that. Now, if you want to look at the actual community, what I would suggest is go to, I believe you can go to, there's two ways you can get there. Yes, by going to my projects, and then over here on the right hand side where there's a drop down, you can choose community from here. Okay. Cricut community. And if you're looking for something in particular, so if I want to do back to school, let's try searching for back to school. Yeah, so look at all of these. Oh, I love this one. That's a little different than what I put together, but it gives me an idea. That would be really cool too. Okay, so just so that you know, that's how you do the community. It Check it out. It's really fun. It's really fun. So, okay, so I was thinking I needed a banner for back to school. It's August, even though my son doesn't go back until almost Labor Day. I figured everybody's getting geared up because August is, what day is it? Monday. August is Monday. So I designed a banner just for that. I'm pretty excited. My son's pretty excited because he's going to the high school this year, and it's really fun. It's fun to see him get so excited about it. So this is what I came up with. It started off with an idea that I wanted an apple as part of it. So I'm just going to go into it so you can see. In the latest edition of the file, I did make it in two sizes. This size is, I believe it has a height of, almost 5 inches for the height on this one. Because when I first cut it out, I did it in this size and it's a little small. I think it's going to be fine, but I wanted to give you both sizes. So here it is, like I believe it's like 3.5 and by 5. Okay. So how did I design this? Easy peasy. So I started off with the thought of, I want to have a back to school banner and I want to start with an apple because, old fashioned apple for the teacher. So I started looking at images and I just typed in apple. And the first time I did this, I wasn't paying attention because I purchased it. I purchased the apple that I used a long time ago, but I didn't realize it was now not an Access apple. So the original apple that I used was somewhere here. There's a lot of, you can't go wrong with any image of apples. I wanted one that was going to be cool to have like an offset layer. So here's one that's really nice. It's open apple, but I believe this is the one that I chose for the new. Is it? Is it really? No, it's not. This always happens to me. I have to change things out but I wanted a leaf and I wanted a stem and what did I use, Rita? Rita, hold on. These are the apples I remember as a kid, but I thought that I saved wait. I wanted something that had a stem and a leaf on it and that I could do a back. Some of these are really beautiful. Wow. So many. Anyway, let's just choose one because can't find the one I'm looking for. Like me last night trying to do this puzzle. And I'm like, why am I taking so long to do this puzzle? Because I was like thinking about so many different things while I was doing it. Do you guys do that? That is something that I'm kind of guilty of. Um, so is start thinking about, and actually it's going to be the topic of this week's podcast, which has not aired yet, the original podcast, but the podcast being um, how do we cope with changes in our lives, and I've had a big change in our lives, and by doing creation, I've had big change in my life recently, as you guys know. So that's going to be the podcast. Okay, so here's the apple that I did choose. Let me click on that one and grab that one. Okay, so this one I added. Only thing I changed about this apple, I don't like this apple. The only thing I changed about this apple is I took off this little piece right here. So I ungrouped and took off this little piece right here. Okay, then I can group it back again. And then I'm going to do an offset layer. So see, I'm starting to build this. I wanted to say back to school. I don't want a huge offset layer. I think I'm going to do 0.25 and apply. And I think having this black offset layer is great, although I need to fill in this dot, this opening here. I do that by going to contour, which is down here, and then just remove that. And now we have a full offset layer. That's great. So let's see now. This is going to say back to school, right? So let's see. How do we get I can't just like hang it this way. So what can we put in the background? Well, You guys know I love tags. So tags would be great because they have holes in them already. So I go back to images and I type in tag and find one. There's some pretty fancy tags in Design Space. So I'm just going to find kind of a simple one. And let's see. This one looks good. It's actually, I think I'm going to choose this one for today because it has already an offset layer. It doesn't have the colors that I want, but that's okay. I can change the colors. Let's go ahead and rotate it 90 degrees. There we go. And what we'll do is I'm going to make it bigger just because I want it. It doesn't matter the size if you're doing individual elements all the same size, right? I do want to change the colors here. So I'm thinking I'll go with yellow for the background. And then for the very back piece, I will go with black. Those are all nice colors, right, for back to school. I'm going to arrange this to the back. And all of a sudden, I've got almost a complete banner. And now I need to look for a font to work with this. So let me just group this together and move it over. So there are two ways. Okay, let me back up just a sec. There are these fonts that used to come with cartridges. Now, if you're an old school crafter like me, I'm celebrating my 10th anniversary with Cricut. But before that, I mean, I practically came out of the womb knitting because I just like to craft. So if you're an old school crafter like me, you probably have had those cartridges, right? And so the cartridges used to come with fonts on them. One of my very favorite fonts is in a cartridge that's been converted to an image set. The cartridge name was called Birthday Bash. So let's go to image sets and type in the word birthday. And let's have a look. We'll find our Birthday Bash. Okay, there it is. Birthday Bash. So cute. Awesome. I've used it for my son's birthday parties several years in a row. But when you click on it, and this might happen with others, just so that you know, when you click on it, you're faced with all these letters. And that's because this image set came with a font. So does that mean that I have to pick all the letters that I want? Because these are now images, okay? Or can I use text? So we're going to find that out. So otherwise, I think I would have to pick all the letters I needed, kind of like how we do other things that have letters, because these are actual images. So I don't want to do that. So let's cancel and let us add a T for text right here. And we're going to type, I'm going to go on high uppercase, back. I'm going to do it in three different rows. Okay, so there's back to school. All right, from here I'm going back up to the fonts, and I'm actually going to search. I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take the kerning off. See this? And I am going to look for Birthday Bash. I'll just type in birthday, and don't you know it, it comes up, Birthday Bash and birthday cakes. So that's the one I want. I want Birthday Bash. And you see it came in, it's a little bit small. I'll show you how to deal with that. It also already has an teddy bear. It already has an offset layer. So I'm just going to turn that on. That's also another thing that happens with these things. So we have one of these and all of these letters. So in order to play with the letters as far as size goes and as far as colors go, I am going to go to advanced and ungroup to letters. By advancing and ungrouping to letters, I can do an arrange center. I'm sorry, not arrange, align center like this. Now all of my back to school is on here. So I can decide, how do I want these letters to look and change them all accordingly. Okay. So we're just using this one back to school, and I got to make sure that every single letter in that group. So let me do that again. I'm doing align center. And if I wanted to, I could just group them to make it easy. And I'm going to make sure that each one of those letters appears within the apple, you see? So without kind of coming over. So that's how I do that. Now I can just go ahead, ungroup these, and I can just spread them all out. And then what I'm going to do is duplicate my tag, duplicate that. So I got 4 for back to school, SCHOOL, back to school. All right. And then I have to take each one of these. Now I've already done this work for you. So if you don't want to redo it, I just show you how to do it because I do it this way because I want you to see how I created. There's no magic involved. It's just learning how to use your Cricut. So I take each one of the letters, and I'm thinking that I want to change the letter color to yellow. So I am going to go over here to Color Sync. And see that? I've got 2 different colored blacks. Now, if you want to do this with patterned paper, and you want to use the patterned paper, which I did my first one that way, I used a patterned paper, then it's okay that this back is a different color black. But if you just want to use solids, which is what I want to do for this project, you are going to consolidate those blacks. So I'm just going to take those tags and consolidate them into the regular black. Okay. And then they do some weird things where they jump around. So just make sure you're adding them to the right side, to the right color. And because I'm kind of a freak about colors and everything, I think I want to keep it in a very basic primary color scheme because it is back to school. So I want to change all my gray letters to yellow. And we already have a yellow there. So let's go ahead and just drag those letters to the yellow. You see, I'm doing that over here. And so let's just move them. Don't get confused because there is the back category. There's the back, which is black. Okay. So we're going to do all of that. And then the rest of the colors, we've got red for the base layer of the apple. We've got green for the leaves and brown for the stem. So let's go ahead. I just want to finish this up. And there we have it. We have just 5 colors. They can all be solids, and you're ready to just kind of get things in order. So for me, because I'm a very visual person, what I like to do is sort of spread these all out. You guys, I told you can't talk. I don't know why they're woofing. Santa didn't come today. He's coming later on. He's going to take care of the rat problem. I kind of had a little freak out, I got to tell you. So, all right, here's what I'm doing. I'm putting each letter on each one of these, you see, and then I am grouping them. This is just for me. I'm a very visual person, and so I need to sort of do this to make sure, did I get all the letters? And are they all the right size? That sort of thing. Again, I provide you with the full complete thing, but I'm just showing you how you make it so that it looks real professional. It really is going to look professional. Isn't it great to have this Cricut that makes you look so much more professional than you are? I mean, seriously. I just love it. It's like my secret. I used to call it my secret weapon when a lot of people didn't know, and they'd be like, "Oh, wow, that's so cool." And they'd be getting like the poster boards and Sharpies out. And I'm like, no. We can do this. We can do it professionally. And people are going to be like, what? Nowadays, I go to places and I see signs of Cricut Life everywhere. Like I went to the mayor's office a couple weeks ago, and I was in the, I don't know, human resources department, and there's Cricut stuff everywhere. And I'm like, you guys got a Cricut? And they were like, yeah, we do. We love it. And then I was at the Y a couple weeks ago, and I was talking to the executive director there, and he was asking me what I did, and I told him, and then he said, we just bought one of those. I don't know what it's for. And I'm like, well, put me in touch with that person and I will help them figure it out. And I have some products maybe they can have too. So, okay, as I talk about that, I want to just sort of spread these out and put them in order again, because I'm kind of a tool like that. So here's BA. Where's the A? B. There's the C. So you don't want to be making a thing and not have all your letters. So I always advocate this because I just want to see back to, whoops, don't do that. Back to SCHOOL. I can spell. All right. And then we're done. We can cut this out. It's very clean cut out. I don't think we need to do it. The only last thing I want to talk about is the size. So each one of these individually is about 6 inches high, almost 6 inches high, which I personally think is too big. However, if you are doing this for a big school, like the entrance of the school, then make them big, because you want the letters, which are incredibly small, to show up. But because I'm doing this for my front door and not like the entrance, a double doored entrance to school, I am going to first a line. I keep getting those mixed up. Center them using a line, and then I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. I think 5 is probably the maximum that I would go on this. And maybe if it's for your front door, and maybe even down to 4 or whatever. So we're not going to cut this out, but I want to show you how easy it looks. So this is on my Maker 3, and it goes immediately on to mats. It uses 3 pieces of black cardstock, 1 tiny smidge of brown, 2 pieces of yellow. These are all colors that Cricut does have in their arsenal. If you want to use in your personal crafting, if you want to use some pattern paper, I think it would look good as the back. And that's the way I cut it out. All right. So it's just a cut and put together kind of project. Okay. So let's take it down and see. Yes, I totally agree. And I thought of that, Loretta. I thought of that. But then, so Loretta's saying the stem and the leaf could be vinyl, and we've done all that before, you guys. So that's correct. It could definitely be. I was more wanting to show people how you can use the old cartridge fonts, but use it in the text. So I cut everything out. I did happen to use this pattern paper because I actually, it just was sitting on the pack so easily, just right in my view, and I'm like, oh, I guess that means I should use this. And I'm not really sure where I got these from, but if you like patterned paper, Cricut doesn't really sell much patterned paper, so I'd suggest that you check out your local craft store for different options. I have a couple that I like to buy from, and you end up kind of like having certain ones that you like certain designers. And you guys know I love like Lori Whitlock, and so she has done some work with like Echo Park Paper Company. But for solids especially, I love Cricut cardstock. It's just really good stuff. All right, so here I am. I'm just kind of like setting these all up. Look, somebody's yelling outside. So if you're new, please say hello, because this is a very nice group. and everyone's so welcoming and they want to be your friend. So if you're on the chat, and we are on chat, we are in chat on both Facebook and on YouTube. So depending on, I see both, but if you're in Facebook, you can't see the YouTube one, just so that you know. So I try to combine that. Okay. So here we go. There is a completed apple that has the stem and has the leaf. So all I did was glue them together. So I'm going to do that now. And also what I did was I took the letters and I put the offset layer behind it already. And then I'm going to glue these together and glue them all together. So I'm going to talk while I do this. This is like a no-brainer thing. At the end, I'm going to probably use this baker's twine to string it up. And while I was looking for baker's twine for the banner, I happened upon this, which I clearly got at Target on clearance for $2. And I thought, oh, this would be great, but it's washi tape or it's masking tape. So I don't know that it would hold, but isn't that adorable? We're going to have to find out something to do with this. Also, while we're talking about like how to make projects from materials, if you happen to see the new mystery box that came out, it was called Berry Blast. I don't know if it's still available, but it had all these reds and pinks, different things. What's the new thing that's starting at Cricut is every time we have a mystery box, the product experts get to have free preview screening on it. And by doing that, what it does is it gets the word out to everybody, and it gives us a little bump because by using my code, I make a little bit of money from it. And so it's something that they have made just a product expert thing. But so they changed up the rules a little bit. They want us to create projects from the materials that we get. So I am busy planning several videos from the materials from the Berry Blast. And contrary to some people saying, oh, it's the last mystery box, I think it probably was somebody heard blast and they thought they meant last. That was, I think, the most logical reasoning there. So anyway, Berry Blast, and we'll be doing some projects, at least one project from the Berry Blast mystery box. So if you happen to get it, look for the upcoming videos for that. Okay. So just gluing, and I'll just tell you, this is the part where I chit chat and tell you what's going on in my life. And if you don't like to hear all that stuff, you can turn the sound down and just watch me put it together. That's okay. I'm not going to stop doing this because I have tons of friends from doing it, and I just love them, and I appreciate all their kind words. And I actually have some viewer mail at the end to show you. So yesterday I went for my first radiation treatment. The first day was Wednesday, right? Yesterday was Thursday. The first day was Wednesday, and they do all these measurements so that they're directing the radiation to the proper place. So I went in on Thursday and did my radiation. I love the guys at Radiation. They're so sweet. A shout out to my friend Dr. McIntyre, because he's the bomb. He's so great. He remembered everything about me and gave me 3 hugs. So really love him. So I'm going to do that for a week. 5 days really. And so today being the second day, on a Friday, I'll be doing it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Here's where this involves you. On Tuesday, I believe, I got to check the calendar again, but I found out last night. On Tuesday, I believe, or it might be Wednesday, I have to go in for a different kind of treatment. Remember I said that the radiation was just for the pain, which hoping that will work. he said that about 80% of the people experience some sort of relief from, and I have the worst luck. I got to tell you, I have the worst luck, but I hope I'm in that 80 percentile. So, anyway, so I do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But then I start with these treatments that they're going to be giving me, which are like infusions, and they're not, it's not chemo, it's like medication infusions through either shots or having it like put in my arm. I don't know how long it's going to take. So there is one day next week that I won't be able to come and do a show, but I will tell you ahead of time what day that is. Okay. I think it's either Tuesday or Wednesday. So I will tell you what day that is. And then we're off. We're off to starting our treatment, which I'm pretty excited about. The hardest part is waiting for them to come up with your schedule, and then you just go. You just go to the appointments, and they do all the work. And so it's just a matter of just keeping track of your schedule, which I can do. I'm good at that. And just show up, and I'm good at that too. So I'm just going to do that. Oh yes, Marcia. Marcia's saying so. So I have this paper. The paper that I used was double-sided, and I also want to point out here that there's only one hole because it's a tag. Now, I generally make my banners to have two tags, one on either side of like the top, almost like the shoulder portion, but this one only has one. So when we string it up, it's possible, depending on how you put it up, it's possible that it might move around like in the wind. And so using double-sided paper is a good idea if you have it. If you don't have it, it will just be blank. If you use black, it'll just be plain black. Okay, so let's continue on with this. So yeah, there's that. And Santo was going to the Dominican Republic, but he was flying standby, and I guess everybody is trying to get on flights right now. I don't understand it. My sister, who travels a lot, knows what that's about. And I remember telling you last week before I got this diagnosis um, that we were planning on going up to New Hampshire for a little getaway, but we booked it even at like a place in Pittsburgh, which is where my sister lives, Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. Look it up. It's right on the border of Canada. We've been to the Canadian border many times, and can't cross over because we don't have our passport. My sister does. So that is a goal, to get my passport so I can go up and visit my Canadian friends someday. But anyway, we were going to go there at the beginning of August, but we had to postpone. We're going to go back in October, and I will be sure to bring you with me because the leaves in October are fabulous up in New Hampshire. Just beautiful, beautiful. And she has a place right by the Connecticut River, which is a really large river. Seriously, I put this on the wrong thing. Check out Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, because it's like, just like Maine when I was growing up was considered sportsman's paradise. Up in the great north woods of New Hampshire is like all the sports. So every season, right? Okay, so I have all of my tags together. I have all my little um, apples sort of together. Then I have all my little letters together. And now I have to look at how tiny this brown stem piece is. Yikes. So let's maybe go first. Let's do oh, I know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this. So this is called a quick stick. I will put a link for this in my description, and it is by We Are Memory Keepers. It has two ends. This one, which got glue or ink stuck to the bottom here. I don't know. Here, this is the newer one. Here's the newer one, and it doesn't have ink on the bottom. So it has like a sticky little tip to it that helps you pick up the pieces and place them on where they need to go. So helpful. Or if you don't have this, or you can't get your hands on it, I would suggest using, oftentimes you can use a weeding tool, which is why I have mine out here. So I want to show you that. So if you don't have one of these types of things, and different people make them, especially people who work with rhinestones, because like if they're moving a lot of those little tiny rhinestones, they need something, and it's just kind of like a wax crayon. So you can do whatever you want. I just happen to have these from We Are Memory Keepers. You can use this. You could also use tweezers if you wanted to. So just keep in mind, you don't have to have that. It's just a kind of a nice little extra option, right? So, and then I got off the phone with my sister today. Mom was here yesterday, and she really is trying to help. And like she's sorting all the boxes of my cards for now, because we haven't gotten to, because we didn't know about the rat situation until this week. I'm telling you, my life could be a sitcom. So crazy. But she's trying. So she was here yesterday, and trying, and she likes to sweep and sort and do all kinds of those little things that probably she did for us. I know she did for us growing up. And so it's just, she doesn't get to do that at her place. She says it's really boring there, but they have all kinds of activities. I just think she just wants to be useful, don't we all want to be useful? um, Unless maybe you think so much of yourself that you think everybody has to be useful to you, but I think most people just want to be appreciated and recognized for work that they do for other people, because we're communities. We all stick together, and maybe you're off doing your own thing, but still it's nice to get recognized for just for being a good person and just helping somebody out, whether it's holding the door or it's dropping off some banana bread. I know I'm a little obsessed with banana bread right now. I don't know why. But I should be obsessed with zucchini, right? Because it's zucchini season. Oh, and the other thing is, I just want to let you know that I set up the July giveaways for to end. I think it's ending today. I got a little messed up, so I didn't pull the winners because it hasn't ended. I got the email saying it's about to end, which usually means it's ending in 24 hours. So I got that last night. So I won't be able to pull the winners until, well, tomorrow. And tomorrow we are planning on having our Zoom meeting. So maybe I will um, pull them and do them on Zoom. If not, I will, and if I do, even I will do it also on Monday, because I know not everybody goes to the Zooms. Okay, so we're almost getting there. Now I'm going to be using and putting this little tiny stem just so you can see. I think the way that it goes in, let's get my little pickup tool. The way that it goes in is like this, just like this. We do not need a lot of glue on there. So get yourself some very nice tips for your glue, like the tops. You don't need any glue, but I just like the kind of glue that has a nice tip. Like the Elmer's type of all-purpose glues can work actually, but you need to put them in a jar or some sort of special tip thing, and you could buy those at Amazon. You'll save a lot of money. Elmer's glue might be a little thick, but Aleene's Tacky, a lot of people use Aleene's Tacky as well. And all those can be found online. And somebody asked me yesterday about my bottle, and that's why I use paper to cover my bottle, because I'm not advertising for another company. I'm all about Cricut, and so I don't want to be all about different brands. There are a lot of people that will do that, but for me, I just feel like I'm dedicated to the Cricut brand, and I will find you stuff to do. We'll do stuff. We might need special tools, or might need some different extra things that we have to get elsewhere. But I tend to not be the kind of person who will just buy it because this company has it out. I look around, and I'm kind of frugal. So for me, that means not buying all those. I mean, some websites that have, like, particularly these crafting websites that have all the latest. Oops, I put this one on wrong. Boop. Put it on wrong, Rita. Anyway, they have all the latest and greatest and all the things, and I can fall into that, but I'm like, I'm not going to spend my precious 1 hour a day that I have with all of you lovelies to advertise for all those different companies. I'm devoted to Cricut. So, oh my God, Susanna has just put a interesting comment in the comments, probably on YouTube. She's saying, if you want to use the color sync option, and I'm going to go up here and try that, because Susanna's saying you don't have to pull each one of those over. So in this case, you can actually take the bar and put it in here. Oh my God, Susanna, that blows my mind. So cool. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that, Susanna. Yeah. No, Cricut doesn't sell glue, I know, but they might eventually, and whatever. I just personally, it's not about the glue. It's about you and me and the Cricut and what we can do with it. So, a glue is just like an extra thing. It's like, would you spend a lot of time talking about the thread? I don't know. I don't know. It's just that kind of, there's always like more than one solution to a problem, is what I'm getting at. So you don't have to use a specific glue. Use what you want, what you are used to. I think that's the lesson that I learned from my friend Eileen, who's in Florida. My friend Eileen sent me a big box of all the different glues, and it's inside. The note said, I thought you could use these. I decided to just go with this one particular glue, which I never actually even tried. And all of it included a bunch of different glues that I've used. And she sent me this big box. I'm like, what the heck is this? And when I opened it, I was like, that is so Eileen. It's so cute, so thoughtful. All right. So we're getting to the end here. So yeah, tomorrow's Zoom. So tomorrow's Zoom is going to be at 7:00. I will not be able to stay very long because I have to get up, and I'm finding that I am tired, these days. So I'll just stay for a little while, but you guys can talk all you want. And yeah, so it'd be kind of fun. I'll be there at the very beginning. And then on Sunday, I am going to be doing the podcast. I'm hoping to be able to broadcast from PBD TV. And if not, then maybe I can take a video that I think I can broadcast. They have pretty good internet there. And I'll be with Wendy, who, congratulations, Wendy just won an award, the Best of the North Shore. She won an award. She's pretty excited. She got like a Reader's Choice Award or something. So she's pretty excited about that. And we'll be talking about crafting to help our creative selves, like crafting for a cause. That's what she said it was. Crafting for a cause. And I think she's thinking, I know she does the Wounded Warrior Project. For me, I do things like we have been doing, which is the Birthday Party Project. So I love to participate in that, and also talk to people about other ways to participate, whether they're virtual or they are, in your local community. So there are lots of ways. And the thing is that there's for you to give back to others, or for anyone to give back to others through your creativity. It's like a double bonus, right? It's like getting all of these extras because you feel good. People are oohing and awing over your creations, but then you just feel good. You're helping somebody in need for whatever the need might be. The Wounded Warrior Project is actually a pretty awesome project. It's a national one where people who've come back from wars, veterans who may have suffered some kind of medical or even just emotional or mental health issue, they can sign up and they get to do different projects locally. It's really fun. She'll tell us all about it, I think, on Sunday. And then next week, I have a whole week of projects planned, except for that one day that I found out about. I won't be there that one day. I just don't remember if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm getting almost done here, and then we can see this. I was thinking that I would like to put the apples, maybe put them on with foam dots, so look a little more dimensional. What do you guys think? Yeah, it just gives you that positive feedback, right? It is very tiny, and yes, I totally agree. The stem and the in this case, the stem and the leaf. In this case, this didn't come out right. Come out. There we go. And here's a little tiny stem. I think I've lost one leaf, but you'll forgive me, right? And I'm not going to give this out because I only made one. I want it from my door. So if you've won something this week and you haven't sent me an email, please send me an email if you won something. I have most things packaged up already, and I'm not really sure who I'm waiting for. I'm also going to be able to hopefully soon process the June giveaways. I know it's been delayed. There was a technical glitch there. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's use these. And then once we have them done, thank you, Diana. Yeah. And that's the other thing. So, one of the things, about that I had a conversation with a nurse about. Oops, I put this K on wrong. Well, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I was talking to not a nurse, a doctor, social worker that works for MGH, which is where I get my treatment. And we were talking about having only so much gas in your tank. Okay. So, like, basically, you're going to choose the things that you want to focus on, and that your tank is you. And if you're going to put gas in your tank by, taking care of yourself, you don't want to just give it away. And by giving it away, nobody wants to give away gas these days. Think of like people or things that drain on you. So she was talking about how like some people put the gas in the tank by being friends, and that's what I would count you guys as. And some people drain you of gas. So we all have those people. So I was thinking in terms of, yeah, that's so true. I do need to guard my gas tank. Yeah, I like. Thank you. Oh, another troll on here. Well, you know what that means? It means that there are a lot of people on. All right, so I kind of like it with the pop dot. So since it's going to take me a few more minutes and I don't want to keep y'all, let me just show you how you would string this up. Now, I usually use a needle here because I use like a yarn needle, which has a very big hole. But since I am in the middle of going through some of my stuff, I just put a piece of tape on there to act as a needle. And I was thinking that might have to cut it a little bit, but I was thinking that if you go in from the front and then drag it over to the back like this, and you're consistent with that. I feel like I'm lacing shoes. Let me just make this a little bit less wide. There we go. So like this, I was thinking that I would do 2 lines, like back to and then school. So that's what I was thinking, and this is what I would do back. Actually, back, I should have put 2 on the other end, but oh well. So you know what I mean. And then it is possible, depending on where you put it, that it might do this. But I would suggest, if it does do that, I would suggest just a little tiny bit of tape on the back. Or if you have like a kind of surface that you could put a foam dot on, you could certainly do that. I don't want to put foam dots on my front door, but I think I will go back with a little just bit of tape so that it looks nice. So that's it, folks. That's it. Um, yeah, and you know what? I think about school. My mother used to put out the she used to put out the what did she put out? The flag every time school started. She's like, "Yay, back to school." And what's kind of funny is I was an 80s kid, so for me it was like, really? It's not like, I mean, we kind of took care of ourselves. So anyway, oh, I said that I was going to show you my happy mail. This one is from my friend Terry. I think she's on today. Terry Smith. I love this. I know this card. I think I've seen this card. And I love that you've used patterned paper for that. It's so pretty. And the writing. And thank you so much. I am going to do something special with all these cards, I promise you. Now, that's Terry. And this one's from my friend, which I looked at it and I'm like, why is it Christmas? But I'm going to go with it because she's all about themes. This is from Nancy Kuliga. And on the thing it said cancer sucks in every color. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's a corgi sitting inside of a little Christmas stocking. It says feel better. And then she puts, look at Benji, Lola, and Teddy Bear. I just love them. And she cut them all out, thinking happy thoughts. And it says, I know it's not Christmas. I'm not going to lie, but Christmas in July is about to fly by. Christmas wishes always come true. And I'm going to wish good health to you. Sending lots of love and prayer, Nancy Kuliga. That is just so precious. Look it on the back. You are loved. How cute. And then there was this little package in here of all these stickers. She knows that I love stickers. Look at, there's corgis, then there's turn your worries into prayers, fight cancer, I fight cancer. I'm going to put these on my computer. Thank you, Nancy. You always send the most thoughtful and creative gifts. I mean, I wonder how you did that. We'll have to talk about that. So that's it for me for today and for the week. Um, oh yeah. So Deanne's telling us how she decorates for the seasons and the holidays. So right now her kitchen's full of strawberry theme. That's so nice. I love that. I love themed things. I mean, why not? I mean, some people, I think mostly guys, are like, no, we don't need a theme, but I love it when you meet somebody and they're like, let's do a theme. Like, yes. And you can like come up with different ideas based on the theme. So I'm into that. I'm into that. All right, everybody. I will put the link for this in the description, and I will pull the winners, and I'll set up the Zoom call. I'll post it in a couple places. And let's see, what else am I going to do? Got a lot of little things to do. So I hope you have a wonderful end of the week today, and I will see you again. Well, if you come to the Zoom, I'll see you on the Zoom. If not, I'll see you again on Monday. All right, everyone, take care. I will try to rest. Yeah. I don't rest very well. I'm like my father was, I mean, I do it better than my sister. My sister cannot rest. She's always on the go. Except for when she's on vacation, and then she just like stops everything. Like you don't even hear from her. Even if she's local, she's like on vacation. She takes everything off the plug. So that's pretty cool. So I need to learn to rest. You're right. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm going to go see my friend Molly tonight. Her cancer, which she had stage 4 cancer in her, I don't know what they call it, like in her cavity, like where all of the organs are. I don't know. And they got it all out and she was cancer free, but they did find a few little nodes that they have to go back. I don't know how they're going to handle it. I think she said chemo. Anyway, I'm going up there tonight and probably staying. I'm not sure if I'll stay overnight, but I'm going to go up there. I'm going to get her all her favorite foods from Henry's. Henry's is like, everybody has a Henry's, but Henry's is a great little market here in Danvers. They have everything. It's all homemade. They have everything from desserts to full cooked meals. So I'm gonna go to Henry's and pick her up some things because she's up in New Hampshire and they don't have anything except for like big Walmart and stuff, which is fine, but sometimes you just want something home cooked, and I'm not about to cook it with the weather being the way that it is. So we'll have fun tonight, and maybe I'll post a photo or something like that. All right, everybody. So no, Gloria, I am not going in August because I have a lot of scheduled appointments in August for my treatment, which I'm fine with. So I have to go in for these shots and these infusions and scans. So the next couple weeks for me after the show are just going to be going to the center or going to a hospital, checking in, having them do their thing, and then come home. So and Owen knows that. Owen's done with school, and he's being real helpful. Uh, and so hopefully that will. And he's being very polite. I think he's just excited about going to the high school. But yeah, so I'm not going to get to go. We're going to go on the Columbus Day weekend because the foliage is gorgeous up there at that time, and it's sort of a lifelong weekend that we like to go. But I might be going with my sister to Maine for a few days or for an overnight, and I will let you guys know as that unveils. As I mentioned, she just loves to travel. So she called me this morning and said, "Hey, since we're not going all the way up to New Hampshire, you wanna maybe go either to Maine, Ogunquit. Has anybody ever been to Ogunquit? It's really pretty. Um, it's uh, it's just breathtaking, and they have this thing called Marginal Way, which is where they you can walk right along on the water. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to walk, to be honest with you, but Owen would love it. So there it is. Ba-ba-da. Bye, Miss Rita. Nice to see you, everyone. Well, yeah, we're gonna have some fun. I just don't rest very well. I I need to be doing something all the time. That's something I got to work on. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming. And we will see you again really soon, whether it's on the Zoom or it's on the whatever, whether it's on the podcast, the Zoom, or one of our shows next week. Love you. Love you. Thank you so, so much for all of your prayers and thoughts. I so appreciate it and I need them. I like sit in the morning and I just like kind of have a minute of silence where I just say I'm receiving all the blessings, all the blessings, all the good thoughts. I'm just receiving them into my body and I really feel like I can feel them. So thank you so much. If you're thinking of me, I do appreciate it. And it's going to work. I'm going to make it through this and I'll be back good as new. And I'm going to learn some things like how to take care of me better because I don't do that well, but I'm learning. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and I will see you again. Love you so much. I love you too, Donna. Take care. And you know what? Here, I'll end with this. I was listening in my car when I was coming back from the cancer center. I was listening to a favorite song of mine from like 10 years ago. It's by John Mayer. It's called Say. And the lyrics are say what you need to say, even when your eyes are closing. Basically, always speak your truth. And that was just kind of a memory that I have to remember. Always speak your truth. Don't be afraid to speak your truth because you're an individual and you're needed here in this world. All right. Thank you. All right, everyone. Love you. Bye bye.